Hey, Scott.
Good.
Getting your recorder ready?
Always have a rerun. Got more video than I want.
I'm sure you do.
So, I mean, I got this letter from the DCA that says I'm right. So it's just really
Your choice of words doesn't say you're right, it gives an opinion.
gives an opinion. So it's just simple, are you going to let me build or not?
Actually, this is the state calling right now. If you wouldn't mind stepping out. Hello, Brian speaking. Hi, how are you? I'm good. You were in the stuff, right? Apologies, Scott, for that. So that was actually Adam, the gentleman who wrote you back the email.
Yep.
He wanted me to point out right at the bottom of his email. Please be advised all responses to inquiries are issued under the NC 39 interpretations and opinions. So it's not.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not,
I understand it's not-
It's not a rock solid rule. He himself admitted that it's a gray area.
You know, it's a. You still understand it's an interpretation.
Now I know you're not going to believe me. Again, as I've said this before, I'm not here looking to screw you.
Why would you even say that? Why would you say that?
Because you said it before. When I
Well,
said,
let's go through. You say you're not here to screw me, right?
No.
You're here to do what's best for me, right?
I'm here to do.
Best for the town. That's what that's your position, right? Let's go by your actions, not your words, because words are irrelevant. I dropped off a plumbing permit,
Okay.
right? Come to pick it up 20 days later. Can't find it. Brittany can't find it. We never started alleging that you never received the plumbing permit. What are you talking about, Scott? What are you, crazy? We never got a plumbing permit. You never dropped off a plumbing permit. I have the plumber come back, say, hey, township never received the plumbing permit. You got to go drop off another one. He comes drop it off. Brittany pulls it right out of the jar. Oh, we have the permit right here. Okay, 45 days, get a permit, right? Never was reviewed. Then they had to review it after he went, okay, no problem. Now I come in, drop off siding permit. Drop off 3 sets of plans. I get an email from you saying, hey, Scott, you're short 2 plans. I respond back. Are you saying I need 5 sets of plans or 2? Or are you saying I need 5 sets? Did you respond to that email? No. You just ignored it. I emailed me again. You ignored it again. I guarantee you responded to other emails on that same day or days later. I finally come into the office and say, hey, Bri, you never clarified whether you want 5 sets of plans or 2, or you're just short 2 sets of plans. So your response was, well, geez, like 3, we only need 3 sets of plans. So I said, well, I dropped off. You know, I dropped off 3, and I can prove that I dropped off 3, right? So what happened to them? Well, I don't know. You don't know, right? Granted, you don't know. I handed the plans to Christine Trancone. You didn't know. They magically got lost in between Christine's office and here. So then you accept 1 plan, right? So now you have 2 sets of plans, right? And that's your way of being nice. Did you reprimand anybody for losing 2 sets of plans? No. Did you send out an email saying, hey, you know, we lost 2 sets of plans for a building that's under litigation right now? Oddly, right? Okay, no problem. Now we go to this permit, right? I come in the office. You denied a permit for not having a construction contractor. I sent an email saying that's not the case. But you told me you're gonna. But I said,
I'm going to pause you for a second. All right.
Don't get violent, please.
I'm not getting violent. But I'm not
get
going to let
violent.
you talk over me, and I'm not going to let you speak half truths while you're recording. What did the rest of that email say when you said I don't need it? What was the rest of the email that said?
I'm finished. I'm not done. Right? And I said I'm going to probably hire a contractor.
No, you said I will get you the information.
And
you didn't get me the information.
Actually, I did.
But yet you blame
the
delay on this office. When you said to this office, you're going to get us the information.
Well, let me finish, right? So I didn't cut you off. I said I'm going to hire a contractor, most likely going to hire a contractor. I don't need a licensed contractor, but I'm most likely going to hire one. I'll bring one. When I have it, I'll give it. And you said in your email response, I'll set the permit aside for you. I came in to pick up the permit with my licensed contractor number. The permit was not ready. I talked to Christine Trancone. You were on vacation that day. The permit was not set aside for me. And she told me I need to speak to you, right? So all this stuff is recorded, so it's irrelevant, right?
Right, and because you're recording, Scott, I'm not going to get into a conversation about it anymore, okay? Because you are not speaking the truth. And then you're going to use this recording as the gospel. And then we're going to have to go through 30 other recordings to prove you wrong. Okay,
where am I wrong?
I'm not getting into it, Scott. I'm not
you don't want to get into it, okay?
You're here about the stop work order.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah. Or it's yes or no.
When we were meeting the other day in Joe's office, you said you had cribbing plans.
Yeah.
Would you offer to provide the cribbing plans?
Yeah, I have the cribbing plans.
Okay. I'll remove the stop work order. I'll get the cribbing plans. You get the stop work order removed. You go to work.
All right.
We'll call it a compromise.
making sure we got a copy of all 3 sets of plans, because you know how this works here.
You can put that over there so you're not taking photos of anything else.
Yeah. All right, this is, it shouldn't be this way. I shouldn't have to do
You're right,
this.
Scott, it shouldn't be this way.
I shouldn't come, my permits shouldn't get lost. They shouldn't get delayed.
But you expect us to do our job without any mistakes.
No, I don't expect you to do your job.
And then you come in here recording everybody, making everybody uncomfortable. Then you turn it against everybody instead of being
if
a
you're on
cooperative
the up and
party.
up, the recording should not be a problem.
I'm on the up and up.
Are you?
I
Okay.
am.
I got a question. If you're so on the up and up, right? You came to the zoning hearing and gave me a letter. I never read it. I gave it to my attorney. Can you give me a copy of that letter? When you showed up to the zoning meeting,
Yeah.
right, which I find odd, right? You gave me a letter. I gave it to my attorney. My attorney said he followed up on it. I never read it because he read it. I'd like to get a copy of that. You know, I think this is all related to those plans I viewed. I think it goes a little bit deeper than that. I think it goes to a fraud created by her and John Jackson that's been... When they transferred the title from the Squebble Family Trust to Mr. Carinate, and then they wanted to knock it, you know, I don't think this has anything to do with... Did you have any luck finding the other 2 plans that were missing?
I'm meeting with Mark, our building today.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any inspections on. Hopefully he still doesn't have any inspections on to go over the file, since he's the building guy and it was a building plan that you're looking for. To go over everything.
I think the 2 were electrical. One's electrical and plumbing.
One was plumbing electrical, one was a structural change.
Yeah.
The one with the structural change, in my opinion, is more important to find. We need to find them all if they're missing.
Yeah, well, we're
I
looking...
believe that's the one that you're more particularly looking for anyway.
No, we're looking for really all... They're all pretty obsolete at this point, but is the one Greg Cox submitted, right? Aquitecture. They were missing, right? And we want them because it fits to a timeline of what actually happened. They're obsolete, probably as far as... But it's to prove a timeline that these people brought forward a zoning application that they knew they could not build. And they brought it forward knowing that with the interpretation that the building department was going to be corrupt and grant them approval. That's what it seems like to me.
Here's the notice of satisfaction for the stop work order. There's no penalties for that. The note that I entered into the system, providing you a copy with it also. Received an appeal from Mr. Dolan, which included a letter from the DCA Code Assistants providing an opinion that this code citation should only be applied to elevation change. Although Code Assistants indicated that there is a gray area in the interpretation, I have agreed to remove the stop work order as Mr. Dolan has agreed to provide cribbing plans. That's your copy. And the penalty that was issued along with that had accrued $13,000. I marked it as waived with the same note, seeing as we're agreeing that the stop work order potentially could have been issued in error based on the Code Assistant's opinion, would render the penalty invalid anyway. So I've marked it as waived and closed with the same note attached. You are free to remove the sticker off, sticker or stickers. Forget if I put 1 or 2 on.
Nope.
And proceed with your work. Apologize for any inconvenience.
I prefer in the future when you go to the building to call me because I am the GC of the job. These people, you know, unfortunately they don't want, I have to GC this work.
Okay.
You have my phone number, it's on all the permits. Call me.
And if I may ask for a similar request, please advise your subcontractors to not park on the sidewalks, because that's where the complaint came from.
Yeah.
The complaint came from, you got a construction truck parked on the sidewalk.
Okay. But I mean,
Only reason I was even out there.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll do my best to try to keep them in line. Yeah, everybody does it. But,
Again,
I mean,
unfortunately, as the GC, it is your responsibility.
Yep. But I mean, that's, you know, you call me, I'll get, you know, if it's not, that's the case, I'll tell them to stay off it. But when I talked to the captain downstairs, he said as long as I block off the curbs, I could temporarily shut down the sidewalk.
And as I explained to them that day, should, and this is I think the second time now we've had issues with the sidewalk over there, should you need to block the sidewalk, you submit a pedestrian safety plan to this office. If it is protecting the pedestrians, we review and approve it. If it's altering the pathway of the pedestrians, the police department and I joint review it. They
Okay,
do it for
it's
safety.
not what the police department told me. I'll reach out to that captain again. Right, but
Captain Daniels?
Yep.
That's what I deal with.
He told me if you have to shut the sidewalk down, it's fine. You can shut it down. Don't do it on set. Don't do it in the summertime on Friday or Saturdays. Right? Yeah. And he said just put out coins and label it, and it's fine with him. He said I don't need to do anything extra. Now, if I'm not shutting down the sidewalk completely, then I have to deal with you.
I don't control traffic control, so I'm
Yes.
the message along that
That's what he told me. You don't deal with traffic control, and so when we do a complete shutdown of the sidewalk, it's in his hands. And so I told these guys when I work on the sidewalk, shut the complete thing down and put it off, and then I don't have to deal with you. So we don't have these conversations.
Okay.
Limiting us talking together is better.